Brendan's World Cup of Darts partner.
100.
And a strong start for the man from County Fermanagh. Bunting has actually spent most of this weekend sat at the very back of the hall. He's a table there that he's pretty much made his own with his wife and a couple of mates. His missus is sat up there at the moment. Quite full in here. It's only going to get more busy as the afternoon goes on.
Yes, Bunting said he was nervous playing his first European Tour event this weekend and probably wants to soak up as much of the atmosphere in this fantastic auditorium in the Maritime Hotel. The German fans always come out in force. We've seen some grown men dressed as Easter bunnies.
Yeah, there was a guy on stage just before all this started as Omar Polka, the MC, was warming everybody up. I think he was a kangaroo. I am on some pretty strong medication.
Yes, I thought at first he was a bunny, being Easter and all that, but then I noticed he had a pouch. So I think it may well have been a bunny rabbit kangaroo hybrid. But anyway,
We digress.
We digress indeed, but yes, Bunting seeing off Ross Smith in the first round, and then, as you mentioned, taking out the number 14 seed Justin Pipe, including a 170 checkout yesterday.
Yeah, helped turn the tide, that 170 checkout. We've seen a few big finishes this weekend that have proved to be decisive. The one that really sticks in the memory is David Pallett hit a 145 in winning yesterday to set up a match on Michael van Gerwen as Stephen Bunting narrowly misses out the first maximum of the match. He has left himself Shanghai, and Brendan Dolan, you would think, will start in the 18s here. Stay there for treble 18 for Bull. He's got the treble, needs the Bull. Well, he managed to hit it first time to win the advantage of throwing first. Wasn't able to do that here, so Shanghai for Stephen Bunting. Gets the treble. Stays straight with a second. And polishes it off with the third. Textbook stuff, 15 dart leg for Stephen Bunting. It's a breaker throw.
Well, talking to a few of the guys around the PDC circuit in the hotel this weekend, and at the start of the weekend a few people were saying that they fancied Stephen Bunting as a possible outsider for this German darts trophy.
60.
Well, Raymond van Barneveld is in his quarter of the draw, but disappeared out, dumped out in the first round by Ronnie Baxter, who himself was beaten by Ian White. You see Ian White, the diamond, on the way after this one against Vincent van der Voort. Those two won't hang around. But this is the half of the draw with Phil Taylor in. Very simple how this all works. You're going to see the matches in draw bracket order this afternoon. So Brendan Dolan against Stephen Bunting now. The winner of that, or one of this rather, will play the winner of Vincent van der Voort against Ian White up next. And then you can pair up those matches as we go through the afternoon. So you'll always know, without having to do too much work of consulting a draw bracket, what's going on, who's going to be playing who.
Yes, it's a good format to follow, and also the match is all of identical length, just first to 6 legs right the way through to the final. And Dolan there with bags of room in that treble 20. Can't quite get the ton 80 though.
Well, he has got his nose ahead here as he looks to break straight back against Stephen Bunting, but look at that. Looks a good dart for the man from St Helens.
140.
Well, probably still advantage Dolan if he can find a couple of trebles here. He's asking Bunting to take a massive one out in 149, and that is beautiful from Brendan Dolan. Well, that's a decent guide. He should be able to make it a 140. Yeah, I'll be frustrated with that.
149.
Not the easiest of outshots from 149, but that's a great way to start it. And sets it up beautifully. If Dolan doesn't take out this 101 to draw us level, and immediately break back the throw here.
Well, he missed bullseye in the first leg, and Bunting made him pay by hitting double top himself for a 120.
61.
Yeah, he didn't get a shot himself there. So Stephen Bunting consolidates his lead. He now moves 2 ahead. And that's a 16-dart leg to add to the 15-darter he had to start off with. And this is very tidy stuff.
And although Stephen Bunting only on the PDC circuit since the start of the year, switching from the BDO, having won the World Championship at Lakeside, he already has tasted some success. A UK Open qualifier win in February, beating Andrew Gilding in Wigan. Andrew Gilding is one of the surprise packages of this weekend in Berlin as well. He'll take on Michael Smith later on this afternoon. Another one who a few people are fancying. He's been playing well on the floor tournaments, Andrew Gilding, and he's certainly been impressing on the big stage here in Berlin this weekend.
And how about this from Brendan Dolan as he fills it up? That's your first 180 of the afternoon. And a welcome one for Brendan Dolan, who's still looking to get his first leg on the board.
41.
Sort of a murmur of relief around the hall here. They were just waiting and waiting for that first maximum, this German crowd.
Yes, I'm sure it's the first of many we'll see between now and the finale of this tournament tonight.
Well, certainly with the way that some players have been playing. Simon Whitlock was the standout performer so far this weekend. 108 average in victory over Yanni Havisto last night. But Michael Smith, as you say, one of the standout performers in the opening round. Phil Taylor, Dave Chisnell, Michael Van Gerwen, they've all been throwing pretty impressive stuff so far. As Brendan Dolan, well, he doesn't need to go the ball route here, so yeah, look at that, sets it up beautifully, double 16. But he will be back.
Plenty of time here, yes. Bunting not really got going as yet in this third leg, having raced to that 2-0 lead.
59.
Yes, Simon Whitlock will take on John Henderson, the Scotsman, later on this afternoon. But double 16 then for Dolan to get a leg on the board, and he does so.
And again, that's a 14-dart leg. So 15 darts, 16 darts, 14 darts. This is all very tidy stuff from these two. Brendan has been right there waiting to pounce when Bunting has taken out the winning double. So he's averaging 100 at the moment. Bunting, a bit of a scruffy leg, that third one. It's dragged his average down. Well, you can see, look at that. First 9 darts, 65. Stephen Bunting, you would have thought he'd hit more than that with his first 9 with a blindfold on. Bit more like it from the bullet.
140.
And I mentioned Stephen Bunting's success in a UK Open qualifier. And Brendan himself has also won one of those tournaments in Wigan in February, beating Terry Jenkins, and a win on the Players' Championship circuit in Wigan just last weekend. A 6-0 whitewash in the final of Michael Smith, who we will see in action against Andrew Gilding this afternoon.
140.
Impressive work from Stephen Bunting to find the treble bed for a second time there. Had to move across the oche to open it up. And Brendan needs something big himself to keep in touch with the bullet. Great stuff, Brendan Dolan. Now, Bunting did take out 170 in his previous match. Brendan Dolan certainly of late has been taking out some big finishes. All Bunting can do is set this up, and look at that, does so very, very well.
So pressure on this shot for Dolan, with Bunting poised for double 18, and Bunting will be back to attempt to stretch his lead to 3-1 here.
100. You require 36.
Oh, for another sub-15 dart leg. Stephen Bunting, the man from St Helens. A 13 darter and a 3-1 lead. He's actually one of 3 St Helens darters we're going to see this afternoon. Stephen Bunting first up. Michael Smith, he's on third against Andrew Gilding, as you mentioned earlier on, as Brendan Dolan looks to start off with a maximum. And Just a 140. The other one we'll see, of course, is Dave Chisnell, and he's taken on Phil Taylor. A repeat of that famous match at the World Championships when they first met. Although since then, Chizzy has rather been on Phil's naughty list. Well, look at this from Brendan Dolan.
140.
Yes, that is certainly one of the pick of the ties of this third round this afternoon. Dave Chisnell against Phil Taylor. Two of the stars of the Premier League, of course.
57.
And you mentioned Michael Mansell, Northern Ireland teammate of Brendan Dolan. Michael Mansell going out to Michael Smith in the first round, but staying on to cheer on his Northern Irish teammate, and they'll be in Hamburg in June for the World Cup of Darts, which is always a great event.
140.
Yeah, and they're not a pair you want to take lightly. The way Brendan's playing, and Michael Mansell is a very solid player. Seen him win a few games on the European tours. Brendan Dolan looks at treble 17 now. They'll go back up for the 20s.
97.
Well, can Bunting do what Dolan couldn't and take out a massive one? 2 trebles and the ball. There's 1 treble. Unable to get the second one.
132.
Good darts from Stephen Bunting, and Brendan may only get 1 dart at a double here. And if he does, he's in danger of going 4-1 down. Fantastic work from Brendan Dolan. 2 darts at double 8 for a 3-2 scoreline. Has to go all the way across to double 4.
60.
Well, the grimace on Brendan Dolan's face said it all. He doesn't often show a lot of emotion on stage, but he knows how important that miss could have been with Bunting here. Poised and hitting it. The bullet straight in double 16 for a 4-1 lead. And the number 3 seed of this German Masters in a little spot of bother, it has to be said.
Well, look, there's your difference. Stephen Bunting has had 4 shots at double. He's taken them all out. Brendan has had 6 and he's only hit it once. And that's perhaps a testament to how Bunting's now treating his game, because when he, a couple of years ago at the Lakeside, he just said, I'll just go and throw it treble 20. That's what I do. I don't really bother with doubles as practice. And he didn't win it, despite being an overwhelming favourite to do so. And then halfway through last year's tournament, he did say, look, I've been working on my doubles. That's I had to, because that's what wins your games. Stephen Bunting's known as a big 180 hitter and a power scorer. But it's your doubles that are going to win your matches. And it's certainly doing it for him here.
140.
Another solid ton 40 from Dolan, his 7th of this match. But another ton gets Bunting down to a finish after 9 darts. And Dolan will be looking desperately for a treble here to put a bit of pressure on, and can't do it, so
he's going to get 6 darts from 164 for a 5-1 lead and to go within 1 leg of the quarter-finals.
60.
A bit of frustration that he couldn't find a treble, but Brendan's going to need something massive to really put a great deal of pressure on.
well, it's a great way to start and plenty of room to fill the bed up. Yes, 2. Can he get 3? He can indeed.
Well, his second maximum of the match. Brendan Dolan is outscoring Stephen Bunting, but he is still losing. 18 for double 16, 104 checkout. First dart missed at a double from Stephen Bunting, and suddenly that 180 from Brendan Dolan has bought him a chance. This would be for a breaker throw. He may go 25 double 18. Gets it. Always a danger of hitting the bullseye and losing a dart at a double, but look at that clinical 61 in 2 darts Brendan Dolan is back from the brink.
Yes, he kept his cool there.
Game on.
He was trailing heavily in that leg, but that's the sort of quality that has made him the number 3 seed and one of the top players in the world right now. Brendan Dolan keeping cool under pressure and taking out those checkouts when they matter.
97.
But still, it has to be said, with a fair amount of work to do to try and overcome the man from St Helens.
Yeah, he's still a break down. That's a break from the first leg of the match.
140.
And that is a problem because you can see Bunting's been going out in 15 darts or fewer in 3 of the 4 legs he's had. Maybe, just maybe, now he's missed a dart at a double. It's a sign that the tide is turning. And Brendan Dolan applauds himself. He likes it. Great response from Stephen Bunting, but Brendan Dolan.
And polite applause from a pretty much capacity crowd. We are a full house tonight, I know, for the finals. But not too many empty seats around this fantastic auditorium at the Maritime Hotel. And a real treat for the fans here and wherever you're watching us. Some darts for your Easter Monday weekend.
Well, I think Brendan will have to go for this with Bunting on 170 if he did hit that first treble 20. In actual fact, it's probably the worst dart he's thrown all leg. But he readjusts well. Very well, in fact.
22.
Bunting took this out in the previous game when he beat Justin Pipe. Surely Lightning's not going to strike twice. Not just now.
95. Brendan Dubois, 42.
So Dolan then to go to within 1 leg of his opponent and really then start to get himself back into this game. Can he slide that third dart in alongside? He just can't. Well, it was mightily close, but not close enough.
Yeah, well, he bought himself the opportunity for 2 darts at a double there. Stephen Bunting, though, well, he's only going to get 1 dart himself, and it's for double top.
35.
Big miss that. And having hit the first 4 at doubles, he's missed the last 2.
32.
And Brendan Dolan, well, you'd fancy him with 3 clear darts at double 16 to reduce the arrears to 4-3. And he's averaging just over 100 still, Brendan. Well, this will probably knock it down a little bit below that. But not by much. And Brendan Dolan has won the last 2 legs. He's got a little bit of momentum. It's too early to say the wheels are falling off Stephen Bunting's challenge here, but he does need to arrest a little bit of a slide. He's bought himself chances, not been able to take them.
He needs to make the most
100.
of having the throw first in this 8th of 11 potential legs.
And Brendan Dolan back in that treble 20 again. You can see.
140.
There's not many people that have backed Brendan to outscore Bunting in the first 9 dots, particularly by that margin. That's
Yes.
the big thing.
And Bunting's first 9 dart average below his overall average as well, which is unusual to see. But he'll still be happy with that 67% checkout percentage, but they all came in those first 4 attempts at doubles, where he had 100%.
Oh, this may get nervy, this one. Brendan
140.
actually lost to Bunting in a Players' Championship in March. That went the distance. It was 6-5. We know Bunting doesn't mind it going close. We've seen him win some very tight games by pulling out some quality. The UK Open was the one that stands out when he hit 151 checkout to win 9-8 against Kevin Dowling, having trailed for most of the match. Well, a couple of visits without a treble for Brendan Dolan here, and it's surrendered the advantage a little bit, but Stephen Bunting looking to set this up and does so brilliantly.
Well, he's pulled that out of the hat just at the right time, with Dolan trailing and Bunting poised on double 18 to go to within one leg of victory, but Dolan's going to put some pressure in some style on this shot. It's another ton 40, but will it be too late? 3 darts at double 18. Whatever he does, he won't want to go inside, and he doesn't go inside, he goes bang in the red bit for a 5-3 lead.
Yeah, and a 13 dart leg. And Bunting moves that little bit closer to the quarter-finals. Someone today is going to win 4 games in a row and be named the German darts master. Stephen Bunting is in pole position here to be the first one to get a W next to his name.
100.
Yeah, it's not particularly long matches in the big scheme of things, but to get through 4 in a day, you do need to pace yourself, plan your day out right. But in a lot of cases, the adrenaline will just take you through if you're playing with a lot of confidence to get through to the final of a European Tour event like this.
Well, knocking out the number 3 seed would do wonders for his confidence.
100.
And either Vincent van der and it slams the door in the face of Brendan Dolan. The bullet is through, a 6th winner. Averages in the high 90s for both men. But Bunting knocks out the number 3 seed. He is the first man through to the quarter-finals. He is going to play either Vincent van der Voort or Ian White. And we're going to have those two on stage very shortly.
Applaus für Brendan Dolan. Stephen, congratulations. On Friday you said that you were so nervous. Now you're checking 161 at the end of a match. That's very strong. Welcome to the quarters.
Thank you. It's really difficult when you play the quality that's in the PDC at the moment, and